Hey, we back here. We told you we'd bring him. It's the hype killer out here. We're getting ready for UFC Seattle. Well, I wish I was getting ready for it as much as y'all were.
Hey,
They're about to be out there in the flesh.
first UFC of the year.
Yeah, man. And it's an interesting card because there's been a lot of replacements on the card that we'll
Man.
mention. But on a quick recap before we dive into UFC Seattle here, we got last week, me and Nesto, we in the positive here. Thank
Hey.
God. Bounce back, boys. But yeah, Nesto went 2-2, but he's plus 1.95 units. So he ended up Jared Cannonier at plus 185 and Andre Petrosky at plus 210. So some big dogs there. And then the disappointment parlay is one of the ones you
Disappointed.
yeah, it disappointed, man. One of the Bonfim brothers ended up smoking it. On it was arguably sketchy, right? Like with the
He just
whole
got
like
he got kicked too hard in the face.
hey, and then he said he could continue, but then the doctor was like, no, or I don't know what was going on there. I
Yeah, that
was
was
like,
sketch, but then he wasn't really like tripping after, so it was like, what's really going on?
yeah, so disappointment as we thought. But Edmund Shabazian dominated, and so did the other Bonfim
Man,
brother.
he messed up my prize picks, man. I was supposed to go over on 30 strikes. Motherfucker only did 7. I was like, bro.
And the end of that shit. Yeah. And then the other parlay killer, Souza lost, but Zalal ended up winning, and Jared Gordon fight was canceled.
Shout out to Angela Hill for that. You know what I mean? Like at the weigh-in, I was like, oh, she looked kind of like she looked swole. I was like, oh shit, it might be all bad. And then I seen more people going to Hill. I was like, damn, I should have went with Hill.
Yeah, and she had a split decision that went her way for once.
Yeah,
I think it was her first one ever, right? Yeah, so good for her.
Yep.
But yeah, man, that's a big some plus money. And then for me, I was also 2-2, but a little less positive here at plus 0.75 units. I also was on Jared Cannonier, and we were talking about it when me and Nestor were together here. I was like, yeah, we sprinkle on that knockout, a big plus money. Yeah, Jared Cannonier came through though, but I was worried. I ain't gonna lie, that first round had me nervous. I was like, man, he's got dropped down twice. It might be downhill from here, boys. But he came through, man. So the crystals really helped. So shout outs to the
hey,
crystals.
shout out
Um,
the meth.
and, and then my other one I had was a greasy parlay with Calvin Conti, Estevam, and Edmund Shabazian at plus 100. So I had that. And then the ones I missed was on Souza minus 110. So, and then I missed on the Vieira, Walker, and Gordon parlay. Gordon got canceled, but Vieira got beat up by Petrosky. So, but it was close on the decision. But Petrosky was just obviously kept his standing, and once he gets stuffed the takedowns, I mean, he's a better striker. But I was surprised Vieira's striking was not as bad. You know, he definitely improved in that aspect. So shout outs to him. But yeah, man, close one. Shout outs to Walter Walker though. I also bet on him
Hey,
by himself, and so he surprisingly just dominated.
but
So
he was a big favorite though, right?
yeah, he was like, I bet on him minus 210, but he ended up being like minus 260 or something like that,
Oh,
or
okay,
even more.
not too crazy.
I mean, but still big for Walter, for a Walker family member. Yeah.
For real.
But yeah, moving forward, man, we got to keep the momentum going. Hopefully, you guys bring some luck being there and in person. But yeah, man, we'll start it off here at the bottom of this card. But we got Henry Cejudo returning and headlining, man. Kind of crazy on a fight night.
For real.
First fight, we got Modestas Bakauskas against Rafael Sequeira. This is super interesting. We got Modestas Bakauskas. He's like a huge favorite. I think he opened like minus 300 or something like that, but now he's a little less of a favorite, but still kind of big. I think he's like minus 240. I'll look it up or something. But hype. You want to start this one, man? What do you feel?
Yeah, sure. I thought the Austin card, the fight that got added today was the first card.
The first fight? I don't know. I'm going off topology, and they have him as the third fight, but it could change.
Oh, okay. All right, I messed up then. All right, I'm going to be very dog heavy this entire card. I think there's a lot of big dogs that have a real shot, and this is one of them. I'm going to go with Rafael. Not a big fan. I'm Modestas. I haven't seen a lot that I mean, if I'm gonna put money on anybody, it's gonna be the dog on this. I'm not betting minus 225. That's what I'm looking at right now, and I think that's crazy. He kind of not as big as Steven Struve, but remember how he's big, but he moves. He doesn't move very well. And I was listening to a couple other people this earlier this week, and they've seen some of the same things I've seen, where he keeps his head really tall, keeps his chin up in the air, and I can see this guy getting caught quick. I can actually see a lot of finishes on this card. I think it might be an early night for us at the Seattle venue that we're going to. But yeah, I'm going to be with Rafael. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I'm going to go by first round KO.
Yeah, man. I'm with you. And the odds now for bet from and I just look at Bet Online right now, minus 290 Bukowskis with Sakara at plus 245. It's pretty crazy.
One of my boys was saying to do the overs 1.5 right now, right?
Yep, 1.5 overs minus 125. So it's pretty close to pick'ems on the under over. So that kind of is interesting. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. Like Bukowskis at minus 2 anything is disgusting. And I will not partake in that. I'd rather take a flyer on Sakara right now, plus 245. And I think, his only path to victory essentially is probably a knockout. But yeah, I'm going with Sakara here, and I'm going him by knockout as well. So I like the plus 245, and I think his knockout prop is somewhere around, what is it, plus 375 right now, roughly. So I think you could sprinkle on that too. Yeah. What do you like, Nesto?
Yeah, I know Modesto's kind of sketch, but I'll probably just pick the fave on this one. I'm the only guy going with Modesto.
Yeah. I mean, he's
But I wouldn't
better
bet on
than
this,
the first
I
run.
wouldn't bet on this.
Yeah, exactly. At 205, anyone could go down. And like you were saying, he was hella slow hype. But that's my only thing with Modestus. Like, he's just a little too slow. Next up, man, we got the real Ruzaboev, Nursultan Black, against Eric McConico, who's making his debut at 34 years old, I believe. And obviously the odds are wide. We got, what is it? Ruzaboev is minus 270 right now. Bet online, and then McConico plus 230. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. I like Black. I think he took his last fight to coincidentally a black guy, and now he's fighting another black guy. And I think he's gonna learn his lesson. And I think it could be a step down in competition here, going from Joaquin Buckley to another person that's debuting, McConico. I think it's probably gonna end up being a striking fight, man. I think that's the way it is, and I think Ruzaboev is well rounded enough to kind of dictate this fight. But I think he wins by knockout here. A little pricey, but I'm taking Ruzaboev. What do you guys like?
Yeah, I'm going with Black also. This is a short notice fight, so there's that, but you never know what can happen. But other guys making his debut against Ruzaboev, and he's like, what, 6'5" or some shit?
Yeah, Ruzaboev 6'5", and McConico
like
6 feet.
170, right? Or what are they fighting at?
They're fighting at 170.
170.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. But yeah.
Oh, no, middleweight, 185. Sorry, 185.
Oh, okay, maybe because it's short notice.
Correction.
But yeah, gotta go with Ruzaboev. He wears one of them cool hats too, and he's coming off of that loss. But you can't be mad at that loss against a surging Joaquin Buckley, who's been going crazy. So yeah, I'm going with Black.
Yep, that makes all three of us. This guy's fighting at 205, cutting down on a short notice, so that's probably not good for him. And he's coming off tough enough. You look, he's come off a regional scene, fighting a guy who's been fighting in the UFC, who's skilled. The only thing I could see is maybe this guy's I can't see him being so much bigger, right? Because he's 6'5" to 6 foot, but maybe he's a little bit wider than he is, and he can grapple, maybe. But yeah, I think it's gonna be Black either way.
Black. Hey, his little brother was supposed to fight last week, Black Jr., and it got canceled. So, and almost got
speaking
fooled.
of cancel fights, fights, all the cancel fights on this card, seeing that I'm going to it, I'll tell you the biggest disappointment is missing Dominic Cruz's retirement fight. That'd have been cool to see.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Me and Nestor were talking about that earlier this week about the retirement fight of Dominic Cruz. That's probably not going to happen now with injury, and he's getting older. It's just looking kind of sketch. And it would have been a perfect opponent for Cejudo. You know, now you got that old versus young situation again that we'll talk about. But yeah, a lot of canceled fights. I was surprised because Macy Chiazon against Caitlin Vieira, since Nestor's gone, we'll talk about it a little bit. Edson Barbosa against Steve Garcia was a fight on there. That's crazy.
I was hyped. That one I was looking forward to. I've never seen Edson live.
Exactly. And he, you know, there's only limited fights he's going to have left. So limited times you're going to be able to see him. Adam Fugit was supposed to fight Islam Dulatov, and then Curtis Blades against Kuniev. That was Curtis
They
Blades.
moved that one, right?
Yeah, I think it's next week, right?
Yeah, they got to. Yeah,
I think they pushed it back. Antonio Tricali was supposed to fight Abdul Malik, but I don't care about that. Him and Mackenzie Dern apparently broke up or divorced or broke. I don't know what they were doing, but they're not together. And then Billy Goff was actually supposed to fight Adam Fugit, and that got off the card too, and that was supposed to be a pretty banger too. So I mean, still a solid card, and Seattle deserves, you know, some MMA because I think this is the first event in like a decade or something, right? Like 8 years or something like that.
In Seattle, I think it's been like 8 or 9 years since they've had one, maybe a little bit longer. You know, it's funny. Typically, my feelings towards these cards are like, oh man, the cards you don't expect much from are usually like pretty solid, like actually like better than some of the pay-per-views we get. And then obviously for a fight night card, this is free for everybody else. For me, Nesto, we paid to go see it. I actually got really good seats. This is probably the lowest I've ever sat at a UFC. I'm basically on the floor I'm just hovering right above the floor, but I'm there.
They're more affordable, right? In these fight nights in the cities, like the tickets are usually a little more affordable, which is good.
Correct. Yeah, and it was nice because you know, being married, you don't get to go on. You know, you can't just go to the boys, you know, trips to Vegas all the time. So one of the cool things she said was like, if we are going to go to these UFC events, like let's not just always go to Vegas. Let's go other places. So that kind of opened up like, for me, being able to go to more of these events kind of throughout the United States, if we're going to take like a mini vacation on a weekend, it worked into my favor. And I've never been to Seattle. I know Nesto's been there a bunch of times.
Yeah, I've been there a bunch of times. Great city.
Is it? I wish there was some football going on. That'd be cool to check out that stadium, but it's all about MMA this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And then you get to visit the city too. So
you still talking about Austin Van Zandt or
what? No, we were just talking about all the canceled fights while you were gone.
Man, like that's just whack, but that's whack what they did. But like they did try to fill it with like, you know, Black and Matsumoto versus Font. That's gonna be a good one.
And the tickets, you know, it's cool because it's not overpriced like it usually is at like
Vegas it is, bro.
The Seattle tickets.
They got some tickets. Some people are trying to resell for like 10 racks, and like it's like a regular seat. I was like, what the fuck?
You were trying to come up, get over.
Yeah. Like I don't know, like it was just like regular price before, but it was still kind of like I still paid like $300 to be on the bottom after, you know, fees and shit. But yeah, it's the first time back in Seattle after 10 years. So
in Vegas is usually like fucking 300 minimum, if not more. You know, just for the nosebleeds a lot of times.
Vegas.
So, but back to the card here. We're going with we waited for you to talk about this. Austin Van Zandt, Austin Vanderford. Coming through out of nowhere. Everyone's juiced about it, apparently. Against Nikolai Varentekinov. TBH, I haven't had a time to really look at this fight because it just got announced. So not deep on it, but I am familiar with Austin Vanderford. And they actually have him as an underdog, I believe, right here. Let me double check. Yeah. He's plus 145 and Nikolai is minus 170. So that's definitely interesting. Man, I don't know about this. I feel like the initial value, just face value, looking at it, is Van Zandt at plus money seems like a possibility because his opponent's 35 years old. Did survive Danny Barlow, even though he lost in a split. But outside of that, you know, I think Vanderford's been fighting some decent competition, even in Bellator. So I haven't bet it, but I'm going Austin Vanderford right now at plus money for now.
Yeah, I mean, you just made some. Who's the other guy fighting coming from?
He's in the UFC.
He's in the UFC, but before that was United. No, he only had one fight against Danny Barlow, left hand to God.
Oh, that's tough. He lost.
He lost in a split decision.
Split.
Oh, so he's tough. Damn, I'm gonna have to go with this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with this guy.
Tough on tough.
That-
And he also, for what it matters here, back in 2021, he fought Michael Morales in Contender Series.
Nice.
And, Michael Morales is that prospect.
How'd he lose?
A unanimous decision.
Hey, so he can scrap it in there, Austin.
And he was the favorite, bro. He was the minus 230 favorite against Morales. That's crazy.
How much of a favorite he is right now?
Minus 170.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to rock with him just because it's gonna be what's his name's first fight, and then like in
Short
in
notice.
Bellator and
Fine.
Strikeforce, or I think he was just in Bellator. He was fighting like whatever people, and then when he fought against somebody like dope, he got his shit rocked. I think by Musasi fucked him up for Austin Van Zandt. But yeah, he got Paige Van Zandt, so he's still winning.
He's still winning. Yeah. I mean, he lost. Yeah. Before this, he got knocked out twice. Aaron Jeffrey and Gegard Mousasi. Until he
First
won
round.
one in the LFA. Yeah, he went to the LFA for a fight. And then he won.
Well,
Beat
he had
Fabian
fought-
Edwards, if you guys care.
It was 2 years. It was 2 years before he fought Victor. Yeah, the only thing that kind of I'm looking at, it's a catch weight, right? Do we know what the catch weight's like? 190 probably. 195.
I don't know if it's right here. I mean, according to Tapology, it says they're fighting at 170, but I mean that's just what
No,
Tapology
that
says.
can't. That can't be because Mr. Page here, he's a welter or middleweight, right? He's 180, 185, and this guy's a 170 here. So,
well, I mean, he's
they're
also
probably gonna have to go
literally it's the week of they just announced his fight.
exactly. So it's like, what can they really be fighting at? I'm curious, but
or like
I don't know.
178 or 179 or something.
I'm gonna take a shot
Yeah,
on
we'll
Mr. Page. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mr. Page just because I think he's gonna be the bigger opponent inside there. I think he's just gonna be able to bully him. Boring decision, maybe. Maybe it's a quick finish, submission, or maybe he gets knocked out quick. We'll see.
Yeah. Hey, I think it is at 170 though, because they said his latest weight was at 171, and he's only 5'11. So
No, maybe.
maybe it says welterweights, but we'll see. Next up, man, we have Ricky Simone against Javid Basharat at 135. This is an interesting fight, man. We got Ricky Simone's on a real skid, and he is the big dog here, as he should be. I mean, Basharat's minus 250, Ricky Simone plus 210.
Yeah, rightfully
yeah,
so.
this is gross. This is a gross fight. I don't like the price, as I never do on Basharat. He's a decision machine. But he came off a loss to Aben Zahabi by decision. So, I like him, and I think he's obviously the better guy, but I think value-wise, man, I'm not betting on Basharat in this, man, because I think a desperate 32-year-old Ricky Simone, bro, on 3 losses, against another wrestler on damn near 4 losses. Or
what's the over?
Fight, so 3 losses. Over is
probably 2.5.
Yeah, it's 2.5 at minus 360. That's a lot. So they're most likely decision. I mean,
yeah,
realistically, Basharat's gonna win by decision. That's what I think. But
I think especially how he took an L in the last one, so he's gonna be fired up. Simone's just on the decline. Like he's like at the weight class. He needs to be like at 125 or something. You know what I mean? He's fighting 135, right?
Yeah, this is at 135.
Yeah, I feel like he got to be at 125 because his size. Because he's really
thick
short.
though. 125
but then
is crazy.
Simone's always been like a letdown. Like no disrespect, but he let Uriah Faber beat him in his like comeback fight. It was like, what the heck are you doing? You know what I mean? But like, so yeah, I gotta fade Simone all day. He should go to the GFL.
Hey, GFL, get the names going. Yeah, man. I mean, realistically, who I think wins, I'm going Basharat and Basharat by decision, even at minus 160. It's a little juice, but I mean, I don't see it happening many other different ways, So I mean, if I had to just bet on the money line, I think Simone could be live on a decision, but I'm not going to bet it. I'm not trusting Simone here. So yeah,
Simone.
Like, what's up, Hype? Who you like? You believe?
I do. And if you looked at the last 3 losses he's had, look at the competition. I mean, it's any one of those guys is better than anybody that David's fought. So I think that Ricky Simone, this is one of those big dogs I was talking about early on. I think he's a very live dog, and I actually think that he can actually pull the decision off. Maybe split, but I think it'll be a decision, or I don't see him finishing him, but I could definitely see him grinding out like a really strong wrestler pace, just pushing him against the fence and landing like kicks, little punches on him to kind of steal the rounds. I'm going with Ricky on this one.
His
I
last
feel it.
chance, though, is for sure.
Yeah, especially like 0-3. You know,
I mean, he's
like,
fought the Oliveira 135, who's like one of the better 135ers that are the younger guys coming up right now. He lost to Mario Bautista. He's a beast. And then he lost to
boring.
Song, and then Song's the main event of the card. So he's losing to top fighters. Even if they are boring, they're still winning almost every fight they're in. So, yeah.
Yeah. On the money line, I mean, I would sprinkle on Ricky.
I really wouldn't bet on this fight, but yeah, just as a pick.
You had to pick.
Yeah.
All right, man. Next up, we got Nick Klein against Mansour Abdul Malik at 185. Nick Klein's taking the short notice, so he's a big dog at plus 400 right ish.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Plus 700. Sorry, right now it's plus 700. And Abdul Malik's up to minus 1,000 on Bet Online. So, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, obviously, no hot take. Mansour should win, but at minus 1,000 right now, bro. Like, hell nah. We've seen this type of movie before, and Nick Klein, he's a grappler. So if he happens to somehow get this on the ground, then I think the odds aren't going to be justified there. But standing up, probably Mansour's going to knock this guy's ass out, real quick.
What's him by knockout?
Let me check here. Probably some bullshit. Mansour by knockout's minus 200. I mean, I rather as juice as that is, I'd rather play that at minus 200 than him at minus 1,000. I could just see some fuck shit happening. But yeah, I'm not betting on Nick Klein. I don't think he's actually that live. So even at plus 700, hyped. Yeah, is this a dog you want to take a stab on?
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing about
700 is a lot.
It's you guys watching could sit there and go, "Oh, I disagree. I disagree." Well, that's what the show's for. We all have our own opinion. And guess what? I'm a real degenerate, and I have no problem losing here. So sprinkling a little bit on some crazy. I mean, what's this guy's submission prop? What's Nick's submission prop?
Submission is plus 1,000. Hey,
I
like
there
that.
You go. There you go. If you're gonna throw your money away $5 on a 8-man parlay that probably ain't gonna hit.
Yeah.
Sprinkle that $5 on something crazy like this, because last weekend we saw a massive dog take a kick to the face and then get poked, and then he couldn't continue. So things can mess up your parlay. Try and get ahead of some of this stuff. I may not be right with all these dogs, but one of them's bound to hit. And would you rather have sprinkled the $5 on a crazy submission prop that'll win you $50, or would you rather take a shot at 8 people winning in a row for you? That's all I'll say. I mean,
real talk.
We know who should probably win this fight, but it's MMA, and that's the best thing. That's why we all love it, because we've seen the wildest stuff happen. Why can't Nick win a crazy submission, or even who knows? We'll see, right? I'm going to go with submission on this one. I'm going with Nick. Let's get it done. Mr. Blue Collar. Let's go.
Hey, who you like, Nesto? You think it's worth the sprinkle there?
I mean, this guy, the Mansour, he's like an up and coming. He's built like a fucking brick shit house. You know what I'm saying? So like,
he's a stallion. Pause.
No, for real. So yeah, bro, I gotta go with I'd take the knockout if anything for Mansour.
Hey, and the under 1.5 is at minus 200. That's kind of interesting. That's a little juicy though. Too much for my blood, but yeah. At least the kid jumped in. So moving on, we got this is a good matchup here, man. This one's interesting. We got Andre Touchy-Feely against Mekazal or Mikal or whatever his name is, but Costa, the guy that has vitiligo.
Yeah.
But Andre Feely, bro, West Coast hometown type of fave for you over there, hype.
Yes, this is Dad's favorite fighter.
That's what we're doing. You know what? I'm not even gonna. I like Spot. I think Costa's actually pretty good. Is it still Pick'em?
That's what you call him.
Huh? I mean, no disrespect. I do a little bit. It's Andre Feely. I don't care. I always pick. I've never go against Andre ever, and I'm not going to go against Sacktown now. So it's Andre Feely by probably split decision. But that's the only way he wins in his last couple of fights. So the Feely by split decision. And I feel confident. And I feel confident about that.
It's gonna be a close. It's gonna be a hard fight, but I can feel like if Feely, if he like fights the way he should, like, because I feel like he's way taller than this guy, right? He's always taller than everybody.
No,
At
5'11",
145.
5'10".
Oh yeah, not too much. Because I don't know. This is the new Scott Jorgensen right here.
Yeah.
Mele Kelezal.
Hey, and he was a beast back in the day. You know what? It's 28-34. Feely's, and he's been around.
Damn, Barbosa was supposed to be on this card, huh?
Mhm.
Because again, I
We
was
were just
looking at
talking about
the Costa's last record. Like he lost to that guy Steve, who that was supposed to be on this card too. It was supposed to be
Yeah.
Steve versus Barbosa. God damn.
Yeah, that would be a banger fight.
That was gonna be a good ass one because that guy's been just knocking people out. So like, damn, it's a
Mhm.
hard fight, but I gotta go with Feely. He didn't come out till Mac Dre last time, so I feel like he gotta
He
bring
got
that
to
back.
this time. Tell him that. But
I'll be looking for you. We're not sitting next to each other, unfortunately, but I think we can see each other from where we're sitting. So if Mac Dre drops,
hey, but yeah, I gotta go with the bias too here. I mean, I think at pick'ems or close to pick'ems, especially if you could get a plus 100 or someone Feely. It's hard not to see that he has a lot more experience, and although he's a little old, and sometimes his fight IQ in the later rounds can be sketched, but his cardio looked good last fight. He lasted throughout with Cub Swanson. It was a banger fight.
He gets
Mhm.
cracked. So I like,
He be getting cracked for
what's
sure.
Costa by TKO?
Let's see, Costa KO is plus 650. See, I
Damn.
like that.
That's my damn. I might have to go with that. But I'll
Yeah,
pick for the pick, yeah. But I might bet on that for sure. A little, know what I mean? Because like
that's
that's the thing.
value.
Feely's the boy, but he always be getting cracked up. And his last fight, he's fighting old OG. What's his name?
He fought Cub Swanson.
Cub Swanson. Who Cub Swanson just beat?
Cub Swanson
And it was
just
like
beat
a
Billy Q.
okay, but it was like a hard ass fight. He
Yeah,
TKO'd
but he
him.
knocked him out in the third round.
Yeah. He started piecing him up, but yeah. I gotta go with Philly, but stay tuned. Might sprinkle on that. Best
he almost
bet.
knocked out Nathaniel
Costa
Wood.
knocking out.
And then
Who?
you talk about the fight IQ. Feely, he head kicked.
Oh, Philly's been there with the who's who, bro. That's the thing.
Oh
though.
yeah,
He's a vet at
but
this point, so it's like, is he a gatekeeper?
well, I don't like call him that, but
yeah.
you know what? He can win this fight. He can win all his fights. It's just
Yes, for sure.
He's there, but yeah, I gotta go with Philly. Yeah, fuck that. Dude.
I'm going with Feely too. I think it's a cheap price for him, and I've bet on Costa before, but I think
bet on
Costa
him
just
when he
has
got
as
his
many
ass
holes.
slept by Steve.
Exactly. So it's like there is a few different ways that Feely could win, and he's well rounded. It's just that is he going to be able to perform at that level consistently for 3 rounds, and we'll see. Because Costa's going to be there for 3 rounds too, so he's going to have to really finish Costa, I think. And, he could. So I'll go Feely. I like Feely at this price. Next up we got the 205ers, Ion Kutalabe against Ibo Aslan or Ebo Aslan.
Ebro.
This should be a banger ass fight with these guys, man, because they're gonna try to throw some hands and see who keeps staying up. But Kutalabe's an underdog plus 145, 150, and Island's minus 170, minus 175. So yeah, I think there's value on Kutalabe, man. I think I hate to say it, man. I hate to say it because Kutalabe is a head case and he's sketch as fuck too. And he's also susceptible to getting slept. But I think somebody's getting slept here. The under overs at 1.5 rounds at Pick'ems.
What's Ebro by TKO?
Ebo KO is minus 125. So they say it's the most likely outcome, which, yeah, I agree. Kutalabe by KO is plus 375, though. And I think that might be worth the sprinkle if you're going to go Kutalabe because
what's the sub prop?
Throw it. Kutalabe sub plus 900.
That's your pick. That's the pick of the week right there.
Plus 900, I think is there. I
You
think
guys
someone's
need a
getting
pick of the
finished.
week
So
button. I'm putting it out there in the Gen G universe. The SmokeDown needs their own pick of the week theme.
it's the
You guys need to
SmokeOut,
hit
bro.
something. And just Smoke us rises up.
Yeah,
the
you should
pick of
actually
the
get a
week.
smoke machine or use. Yeah, there you go. I have a smoke machine right there. Where Nesto
Like two lighters come and then just smoke rises pick of the week. Yeah, I think
the
that's it.
smoky pick of the week.
Yeah, I'm not impressed by the other guy. By
Me neither.
what's his name? Yeah, he in his last
Ebo?
fight, I think he won, but
bro.
I don't know. And then he's a vet. He's been around. His biggest mistake is acting like a fool in there and having that fight stop. But other than that, he should win this fight however he wants. But I could see him catching him in like a standing choke or even taking him down because he's got wrestling too. So we'll see.
Kutalaba.
Oh yeah, that's what
The
I'm talking.
Hulk?
Sorry. I think we got Red Hulk last week. We get Green Hulk this week. So and shout out that movie. Don't listen to the hate online. It's all right. It's a 7 out of 10. But you're not going to watch the rest of the Marvel movies, all of them. Anyway, I think the Hulk wins this fight. He could definitely win by KO, but I could see him slipping in the choke because he's got slick for a 205er. He's pretty slick with the sub. So we will see with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Quick night though. I think this will be a first round. I think this goes down first round either way.
Yeah, Kutalabe by inside the distance is plus 250. It's not too bad either.
That isn't bad either.
Yeah, so I like that. I like that one. But yeah, the submission at plus 900 is a sneaky one. That's a nice juicy one. If you were for a small sprinkle. But yeah, I mean, either way, we're gonna sound real smart with Kutalabe, or just sound real dumb because whoever wins is gonna win quickly. I would assume. They're just gonna exchange and then someone's going to sleep or something. So next up. What do we got here? Are we on the main card yet?
Yep. That was the first fight on the main.
Oh, that was now's the first fight on the main, right? Yep. Alonzo Menenfield against Julius Walker, man.
How the fuck this last minute ass card get pushed all the way to the main card? That's crazy.
Menenfield's now minus 220. Julius Walker's plus 185 as we're doing this on Tuesday. Yeah, man. Julius Walker, he's a up and comer. He's only 25 years old. He's gonna try and knock people out mostly on the ground and pound, but he's pretty well rounded. Could wrestle, and you already know about Menenfield. He's Mr. Atomic, as he could just throw bombs here. And somehow he got a submission. When was that? Against Jimmy Crute back in 23. You remember that? It's like what the fuck? It was a guillotine, yeah. And I'm like, what is going on, man? But he's actually on a 2-fight losing streak against Mirzakhanov and Carlos Olberg, where he got finished in both of them. So this is definitely a needed bounce back for him. But I'm not laying minus 220 on Menenfield. Hell nah. I get it. He is a vet. But I think Julius Walker at plus 185, or it could be anybody at plus 185. I think is could be live here against Menenfield. So I think I'm gonna go with the dog here, man. I like Julius Walker over Menenfield at plus 185.
I'm with you. I'm with the juice box on this one. I think by KO. Didn't he just get knocked out? Like, I know he lost by knockout, but wasn't that fight pretty recent?
That was in August of 2024.
Oh, I feel like Alonzo just fought, because when this fight got announced, I was like, oh wow, at least they're giving us another name. And then I thought he got knocked out pretty recent, but I don't think Alonzo wins.
He got knocked out in the last 2 fights recent. Like between those 2 fights, the first time he got knocked out by Olberg was in May, and then he got knocked out again in August. So that was only like 3-4 months, 3 months really. Yeah. So then now he took a break, I think. So yeah.
I'm rolling with the juice box. Juice box.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I never seen the other dude fight. So I'm gonna just have to go with the Mohawk Menenfield.
By the way, Hype, you're talking about knockout. Julius Walker a knockout plus 350. That's not bad.
Yeah, I feel like what's his name? He be getting cracked a lot in his fights.
Mm-hmm. He cracks and get cracked. So this is one of those things. Yeah. And the under 1.5 is at minus 130. So it's damn near pick'ems on the total at 1.5. So they're thinking it's gonna be early nights here in a lot of these fights. But what do you guys think about the glove situation? Are you still using the new old gloves, or what the fuck is going on? Or
Well, I mean, even with the new glove, people been getting slept, so I feel like that shit got debunked. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I mean, it
yeah,
should be. I feel like it'll be a short. It's like it's gonna be like energy's gonna be different. Like it says, it hasn't been in Seattle in like over 10 years, and then
mhm.
like it's pretty sold out. Not that many tickets available, and like I said, some people are reselling them for like trying to get crazy amounts of money, which is
Yeah, they're tripping.
stupid. But
Now the
yeah, I think
sphere doesn't feel so bad.
no, yeah, but I feel like that's just like a trying to be like I don't know what that is. I think that's like a glitch, but I seen that shit. I was like, what the hell? But yeah,
uh, hey, next up, man, we got this. This is a banger ass fight. Gene Silva against Melsik Bagdasarian. And of course, Gene Silva is a huge ass favorite. What is he at? Minus 600 right now. And Bagdasarian at plus 425. And no hot take here. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Gene Silva, fighting nerds, and he's been super impressive. And I do think he wins, but I don't think he should be a minus 600 here. I think that's definitely
he hasn't fought in
super
a while
wide.
too because he got hurt. Right, he's coming off an injury.
Yeah, exactly. And Melsik's not a nobody, bro. He could strike for sure, and he's a dope ass kickboxer as well. So they're kind of tripping on that. But Gene Silva is one of those Brazilians that look hella old. He's only 28, but he looks like he's like 38 or at
Well, the
least.
pressure he brings though, it's insane. He's just coming in your face, and then he's always doing that like almost like like the Alex Pereira music or some shit. He be doing that Brazilian indigenous
That
shit going.
spiritual indigenous.
And then the fighting nerds go crazy. You know what I mean? They're on the super streak. Uh, damn. What's Gene Silva by knockout? Also, what's the other guy by knockout?
Yeah, Gene Silva by knockouts minus 125. So that's probably the most likely outcome. And then Bagdasarian by knockouts plus 1,000.
Damn.
I see value in that sense at plus 1,000. If it's gonna be a firefight, like Bagdasarian is gonna need to throw too, and if he happens to catch Silva, like Silva's durable, but anyone could get dropped. At plus 1,000,
Yeah.
Bagdasarian ain't a bum. I know that. Like he's not a bum at all. But yeah, I mean, Gene Silva should definitely win, but I don't recommend a minus 600 to anybody. Find a way around it.
'Cause, like even like what really impressed me is the way he did Drew Dober.
Yeah,
Like
I think he could be champion.
and that
It's a
was literally
possibility.
on 2 weeks notice.
Mm-hmm.
He
He's
knocked
the
out
real deal.
Air Jordan and then went and fucking destroyed Drew Dober.
He's
So
also a Bible type of guy. Like he be really bringing the Bible and shit in the octagon.
no, but he be yelling, he be doing all that shit. Like he be acting crazy like Diego Sanchez hype. But yeah, I gotta go with Gene Silva.
Yep. He's got to
Yeah.
ask the Lord for forgiveness for giving that man a
Yeah.
beat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Yeah.
What's his name's moving up from 145 right to 155 because his old opponents are all 145ers. So I definitely think that
Yeah, Silva was fighting at 155, so now he's going to cut down. But his last fight was at 155 because of short notice, right?
Yeah.
So that's
oh,
why.
is he
But he's
cutting
usually at
down?
145er. Yeah, he's usually a 145er, I believe. So it's just that he fought at 155 on a short notice.
And that's even
Got it.
crazier. Fought at 155 and beat the shit out of Drew Dober.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But damn, they're
Definitely.
juicing.
Well, I think they know. I think they know that he's gonna. And the nerds, they're on that streak. This has been awesome. This has been fun to
Because
watch.
these are also both like contender series guys, but you see how well what's his name's been doing since the contender series, Gene Silva. So
Mhm.
it's kind of rightfully so for Silva. Like I think he's earned it against this guy. You know what I mean? Because after, like I
Mhm.
said, he fought Drew Dober. Drew Dober's he's
He's
the
a
word
beast.
you don't want to say, but he's like a gatekeeper who's fought the who's who. He's fought fucking Makachev. You know what I mean? Like it was short notice, I think, but
Yeah.
still, but yeah, man. Yeah, I think Silva by knockout and keep the streak going.
Yeah. All right, here we got the main three fights here, man. This one's gonna be an interesting debate because it's like the old school against the new school here. Rob Font with the short notice opponent, Gene Matsumoto stepping in to save the fight a little bit, and we got the youngin being actually the favorite, even though it's a short notice fight which I know a lot of Rob fans are like, what the fuck? But Gene Matsumoto, now he's at a minus 175 or so. Rob Font plus 150. But Matsumoto was like minus 200 at one point earlier. So there's been money on Rob Font here as the underdog. But I'll let you go first, Hype. What do you like here?
Yeah, I've been on Rob Font since the fight was announced. He was preparing for a fight already. Not saying that the other guy wasn't, but I do understand that he's undefeated prospect here. But Rob Font's been around, and I think that he might just be able to pull this one out by decision. But we'll see. This is something because I get it. He's a lot younger. I think he's like 11 years younger. Or so I can see the youth that
like 12
the youth that the youth is definitely on his side. But Rob Font, the OGs have been pulling him out lately. So why not Rob Font? I will be picking Rob Font by decision on this one.
Nesto,
I'm about to go with the Puerto Rican dude, Font. I mean, Matsumoto, he's a beast, but this is also like his first fight against like he going straight to the wolves like with Rob Font. Font's been in there with Jose Aldo, Sandhagen, Figueroa. You know what I mean? He's been in there with the who's who. And he's coming off a good win after being a big underdog to Kyler Phillips.
Yeah, the Matrix,
so he's
who's also was an up-and-coming prospect, a good one.
Yep.
And he looked good in that fight.
Well, he was a big underdog, and then
No, I'm talking about Kyler. Kyler looked good in that fight still because he's a young prospect on the way up, but Font was like, not today, young man.
So that's what I'm saying. I feel like Font can do some magic again with this fight. And the other guy's not like a big he grapples, but I don't feel like that's not his whole style. So
yeah, nah, he definitely he wants to strike it too.
So like Font for sure alive. He's gonna fight for your money. So yeah, I gotta go with the Boricua.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to go against the grain here, man. I know the money's coming in on Rob Font, and I see why. He's definitely durable for the most part. I mean, not as he's getting older, but he's a beast, like you said. He's gonna fight for your money, and I do think skill wise, right now, I mean, he is better in the sense of with the experience. Like you say, he fought the who's who. His striking's pretty crisp still. Like he showed it in his last fight. He's still pretty decent, even though he's a little slower than he was before, but still not a slow ass dude. So I do like that. I just think as the gap of this odds are getting closer here, I'm liking Gene Matsumoto even more. I think he should be personally a minus 200 favorite. Now that it's at minus 175, I'm starting to really like it. So yeah, I'm fired on Gene Matsumoto, but yeah, I think it's going to be a decision, of course. The decision right now for Gene is minus 110. I don't like that, so I might as well just go Matsumoto on the money line. I think you were asking Rob Font by points is plus 250. In case you're wondering, that doesn't sound too bad either. Because I think both guys are durable enough to kind of last here. And the over 2.5 is at minus 400, which is kind of crazy. So, damn. But this is going to be an interesting one because if Font really could show a good performance here, man, where does he go? Because he needs to make his road to the belt or whatever, his resurgence quickly. He is 37.
He got to put them together. That's what I'm saying. Like he was supposed to fight. He was supposed to be Dominic Cruz, but
that would have been. I think that's a better matchup.
Well, because Cruz is old and hasn't fought in forever.
Yeah. And this fight's at 140, I believe, catchweight.
So it's allegedly going to be. Oh, that's because what's the name? So it's last minute. So yeah, that's the thing. Last minute, and like Hype Killer said, like Font's been training for a fight. Who knows how much the other guy's been doing? He might be training as well. Like, look at Petrovsky. He took that shit at short notice, and he looked great. So,
yep.
But yeah, I'm about to go with the OG.
On
to the next.
Next, man, we got the co-main event at 185. Brendan Allen against Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. And Hernandez, once again, a pretty sizable favorite here. He's getting respect. He's at all the way to minus 280 right now with Brendan Allen at plus 240.
Well, this is a rematch, right? From LFA, was it, or what?
Is this another one of those? Because they had Fluffy do that already, too. Let's see if he fought this person. Yeah, he fought him in LFA in 2018, the beginning of 2018. And he won by decision in a 5-round fight.
Ooh.
So this is
Yeah, I
definitely
think.
a rematch.
What do you think? He TKOs him or what? Or
Man, I mean, he definitely could. But I think this is only a 3-round fight, right? Yeah, it's a 3-round fight. So that's the part that kind of sketches me out with the wrestlers and the unders, because once you start grappling, it just burns time, you know.
the
So
thing
unless you
is,
can really catch
he changed wrestles and grappled, but when he takes you down, he's already like hella punches.
mauling, yeah,
Yeah,
and going
so
for submissions and doing all this stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't love the price, but Fluffy Hernandez here. I mean, I'm a fan of Brendan Allen, as you know, but and at first I was like, is there going to be value on this? But I just think it's Fluffy's time right now. And Fluffy's not even that young. You know, like he needs to start winning now, and he's on fire right now with momentum. Rightful favorite. I'm going with Fluffy, man. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's doing it.
Well, that's
Yep.
that. This is the whole reason I'm going to Seattle. So
Let's
to
go.
go support the homie, and I'm gonna go by second round TKO. Could be first round, but I think he's gonna finish him by ground and pound. If you rewatch the first fight in the LFA, that was 7 years ago. It was a scrap. Fluffy took that on, I think, kind of short notice, and he was injured going into that fight, and he could only do cardio. And he 45'd him on some of the scorecards, but the exchanges between them early. Brandon Allen's dangerous. He's got a really quick, overhand right, and Fluffy. I don't want to say it, but he takes some body damage. He could too much early. It could, we saw what happened. He had the warrior spirit come out, and he was able to start doing his thing. But a minute in, he was in trouble. And then within the next minute, he was in control, which shows you how great he is. I'm very excited to see this fight, and I like Brandon Allen. Unfortunately, I think that he's gonna be very explosive in the first 2.5 minutes. If he cannot finish or stop Fluffy, it's gonna be a long night again for him, or a quick one.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be Fluffy to just how he wants to finish him. And I think Fluffy, people forget he's a kickboxer before he was a grappler. So I think he may want to stand and kind of exchange with Brandon Allen and see if he can drop him. I think he would like to get a knockout in the UFC.
no, I think
He's been finishing the fights
again. Sorry, let me say again.
Bread and butter. Just take him down and just put the pace on him. Put him through the meat grinder. I'm surprised he even took this fight, because after his last fight against Pereira, you thought he would have fought somebody in the top 10
to go for the title. Yeah,
with top
wants
10
the number.
Yeah, because what is Brandon Allen?
I think he's ranked 6, and I think he's ranked 6.
He's ranked 10.
Oh, okay.
But Hernandez is 9. It says. I don't know about UFC.
See, that's why I thought he was gonna be I thought it was gonna be a bigger marquee name. Brandon Allen, he's tough. He's a savage, but when it comes to those the top fighters, that's his kryptonite, where he always takes an L, because he always gets on some little good steam, a couple wins, and he fights somebody who's been there and done that, and he's he always takes an L, and he's not really finishing nobody TKOing or knocking them out that early either. He mostly wins by maybe submission, I want to say.
Yeah. Thing about Allen is he's a good grappler. Oh, what was that? Go ahead.
I pulled up the rankings, the official UFC rankings. Anthony Hernandez is ranked 12th in the world, and Brandon Allen is ranked 9th in the world. So that is why Fluffy has taken the rematch, is to get that number.
That makes a little more sense.
That makes sense, because I said, I feel like it should be somebody even better than Brandon Allen that he's fighting right now. But,
I do too.
But yeah, so I mean,
Allen likes to be on his back. That's the one thing that I think that's why Anthony's such a big favorite too. Is Allen at times accepts going on his back and try to use his jiu-jitsu off his back, and the optics for that is not good. And especially if you go against a good aggressive offensive wrestler like Hernandez, I think that's just gonna burn out minutes, and the minutes are just gonna go in Hernandez's favors on top of that. So for me, that also justifies it as well. But yeah, man, moving on to the shout outs to my boys Carlos and Corey. They both went to Woodland High as well, so they're familiar with Fluffy as well. So and then one of them's training with what's that gym out in Sac? The gym out in Sac. Yeah, the one where what's his name? Alpha Male, yeah. Well, Uriah Faber's gym. There you go. Next up, man, we got the main freaking event. Henry Cejudo against Yadong Song. at 135, man. So Song Yadong's taking a short notice fight against arguably some people's GOAT, greatest of all time in the UFC, the Short Kings. But this is an interesting odds here that I was kind of surprised a little bit. Song Yadong's a big favorite, minus 265 right now. Cejudo plus 225. You guys want to start this off?
Yeah, man. Triple C, champ, 125, 135. Last few fights been kind of shaky. But I mean, also look who he's fighting. Last fight was against Merab, right?
I was there.
I mean, he's fighting everybody. He's fighting everyone who's the guy. You know, like all
so
the great
like
guys.
that's one thing about that. And then Merab just showed that he's like on a whole nother level right now. So can't be mad at that loss. I looked at it. This is gonna be like the first time Sedong's fought like a really good wrestler as well. So I mean, he trains with a whole bunch of wrestlers, but Cejudo is different when he's able to actually wrestle. But like the size, Cejudo's gonna be smaller, right? I think he's like 5'4".
Yeah, and Song's like 5'6", maybe
5'6". Man, so if he
5'8".
5'8". Oh, I think he's lying.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, I'm looking at his stats right now. 5'8" to 5'4".
Nah, I think Song Yadong's lying on there.
Oh.
Like,
you know what? I do because I met him and I'm about 5'9".
Yeah, well on here
I think he was taller than me.
On here they got him as 5'6". On Junkie.
I don't think I was.
His nickname's a Kung Fu Monkey.
Kung Fu Kid on here on Tapology.
Damn, this shit got him as a Kung Fu Monkey. MMA Junkies fucked up. But yeah, his last loss was against Peter Yan, who also looked like a fucking, who's been looking really good lately.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm with you. Well, who do you like?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta go just because I gotta go with the OG, man. Cejudo, I gotta go with the Triple C just because. Shout out to Sedong. He's one of my faves too. He's won me some good bets, and he got robbed in Vallejo.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
But I fuck with Sedong for sure. I can see him winning. If he can keep it standing, he can maybe even TKO Cejudo. But I don't know. I think Cejudo's gonna have that grit, and he might bring it this time. This is also, if he don't win here, it's a wrap. So that's what I'm betting on too. I'm betting for some more juice for Cejudo to make a little run, and if he don't win here, it's over. It's over, Rover.
Yeah. Who do you have, Hype?
He got Sedong.
Sedong.
I'm going Sacramento. I'm going Sacramento again. Yeah.
The team Sac. Hey, I'm with you.
Super biased, but I'm riding with the home team, the hometown over here.
Got to.
Yeah, I'm with you here, man. I mean, at first when you look at Cejudo, you're like, damn, plus 225 or 200 or whatever it is. You're like, damn, when do you ever get Cejudo like that against, someone arguably in Song Yadong that isn't 100% proven,
and the age too, the age difference. He's a lot younger, But you know what? The thing Nesta was right about is the wrestling. You know what I'm saying is like, is he going to be able to stuff some of these takedowns? Because I feel like if Cejudo was fighting anybody else other than Merab in his last fight, he would have been able to take him down and do a lot more than he was able to.
And that first round, he took down Merab.
Yeah, but the thing is I don't think, striking wise, Song's going to be a better striker. So I don't know. Yeah. We'll see, because he's going to be shooting because he's not trying to stand with him. Maybe he is, but I highly doubt it.
But Cejudo has good striking though. He can put people out too.
Yeah. So that's why I say he might stand, but I don't know. He may want to shoot and try and burn this kid out by tiring him out. It's 5 rounds, so kind of take him into those later rounds and see if he can squeeze out a decision. That's why I don't think this is going to be a super easy fight for Song. I don't think Song ever gets easy fights. He's
fought killers too, like Sandhagen, Peter Yan. He's fought them, and he loses to them though sometimes. So that's another thing.
Yeah. So that's why I wouldn't be shocked if Henry Cejudo pulled one out, because like I said earlier, the OGs have been coming up on some big upsets, and Cejudo by decision, or even Cejudo by like something crazy like a submission. That's been a theme for me. Who knows? Maybe he's been trying something that they haven't been preparing for. But I'm still going with Song.
Cejudo by submission is plus 2,200. In case you're wondering. So yeah.
I also think I could see Song just being too just too much for him, too much power, too much speed, and maybe even like TKOing Henry Cejudo in like the third or fourth round.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't love the price at minus 265, but I like Song Yadong here. I think he continues. He's still on the up. I mean, he's been fed hard competition. Cejudo, although he is one of the greatest, accomplishment, he is getting older, and I think his game is his game. I don't think he's going to get any new wrinkles to his game. He's obviously an elite wrestler, right? So he's going to resort to that, and I think if he doesn't, he could really get knocked out within these 5 rounds. I don't see a world where Henry Cejudo knocks out Song Yadong at this age and at this moment in time.
If he comes out in the karate stance, it's Cejudo.
He is gonna come out in a karate stance for sure.
We will see. That'll be funny
for sure. And he's gonna throw a looping punch. And in my head, I'm seeing even if he connects with Song Yadong straight on the temple, he would still not knock him out.
But he can go right into a takedown. He can go right into a takedown.
No, he can win in that way. But I think the only way Henry could even win is by points, in my opinion, right? Henry by points is plus 300, but I mean that's not that much extra. But I just have a hard time envisioning. I mean, anything's possible in MMA, but Henry's professional, but he's just older.
Never been finished, right? Except for Mighty Mouse. So
yeah, the over 4.5 is minus 200. So yeah, like for me, I think if you're looking at Henry Cejudo, obviously the value kind of looks apparent there, and also at plus 300 on the points. But me personally, I'm going Song Yadong here. I might throw him maybe with Fluffy or something, but yeah, I don't know how he's gonna win though, because I think the knockout is live at plus 205, and I would sprinkle on it, but I there's a good chance that it goes to points. So yeah, man, that is the card. Let's get into some best bets, best looks. What do y'all like?
Go ahead.
I'll go first. I'm gonna do a Sacramento parlay. I'm gonna do Feely, Fluffy, and Song.
916 out.
And then I'm gonna do 2 prop bets. I'm gonna do the Hulk by submission. And I'm going to do Ricky Simone by decision.
Hey, your mic is out, Davey. Who else? You got one more? We're just doing 3.
Oh, let's see. I'm going to go Fluffy by second round.
TKO or submission?
TKO.
Yeah, your sound's still out.
I thought he muted himself like he was counting.
Yeah. You might just want to talk through to the computer at this point. Fuck it.
We're at the end.
Nope.
All right, I'm just gonna talk to you.
Oh, there you go.
My normal shit is not the mic though. The mic went out. I don't know what happened, but yeah. So I had the Kutalaba sub plus 900 and Simone plus 300 by decision. Did you want to give a fourth or?
Yeah, he said Fluffy second round TKO.
Second round TKO.
Fluffy second round TKO. Okay, he's coming through always the good plus monies. When it hits, it goes crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do right off the rip. Cejudo straight up.
Cejudo, okay.
And then also Rab Fant straight up.
Card +1.
And then sheesh. I'm gonna do Silva, Feely. Oh, what's Silva by TKO?
Hey, hey, y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yo,
I did. I muted my mic by clicking this button. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. Loaded.
Sorry. So the parlay. Yeah, sorry. I was.
So now what's Silva by TKO or knockout?
he was like -200.
Yeah, Silva by knockout is -200.
Let me. I mean, that's his only way of winning. I want to say too. He might gas out, but no, we'll do Silva, Ebo,
Ebo Samuels,
and Javid.
Basharat, the greasy.
Yeah, and did I do Andre Feely?
Nah, you haven't done it yet. You want that one?
Yeah, we'll just do him straight up. Fuck it.
Feely. Find the +100. All right, some good money there. Let's see what we're at here. Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna do the main two guys to start off with. Pause. Let's do Fluffy and Song Yadong. Song Yadong and Fluffy. And then I like I'm going Gene Matsumoto. Matsumoto at -175 here. Man, I guess oh yeah, Julius Walker +185. And I gotta put my boy Rosa Boyev in
Black.
with.
I know. Fuck, I forgot. I should have put him too. I was loaded. Brain fart.
Brain fart.
Is that even
I'll
Fluffy
throw
in
him. I'm gonna throw him with Gene Matsumoto here. It's Matsumoto and Rosa Boyev. And I got one more to give. I'm gonna go with some plus money on this one. I gotta join the plus money crew here. Rafael Sequeira, bro. +245. I'm going with that.
Ooh, I would do a bonus one. Silva, Rosaboyev, and Hernandez.
Silva.
That just came to me.
You want to replace that with your Basharat bro and Ebo Aslan?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, replace so Silva, Rosaboyev, and Fluffy Hernandez. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bro. We got some plus money coming into this weekend. Hopefully, we hit it big here. Y'all gonna be in the building, hyped up. You know.
Hey, I think it starts at 3:00, huh?
Yep, it's gonna be 3:00. I'll be tuned in from.
It's gonna be hella cold.
I'm gonna be in the Bay Area for it, so I'll be watching.
It might not. It might be
cold.
It's gonna be cold for sure, but not like the rain has been like 40% or some shit. So
as long as it doesn't rain, then you can handle it. But once it gets rainy and cold, wet and cold, that's no good, bro.
That's trash.
Yeah, but you know it's the winter. But yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Like we'll survive. What's that?
We gotta go to. I said Seattle's like the worst though, like the winter. Luckily, it's not snowing though.
Yeah, that would definitely be even worse. But yeah, man, we appreciate Hype Killer coming on. You know, when he can. We're gonna have some more stuff, you know, for sure. He's always on a Cinco de Mayo, but we'll have him on earlier than that. But yeah, man.
What's the next
big
card?
You guys? Yep.
Next big card. What is it?
Like big fight. It's probably Pereira, huh? I mean, that's cool, but like, there's nothing like crazy coming up, huh?
Nah, I don't think so. But I mean, it's gonna be nonstop, and when it's nonstop, it's also kind of watered down.
No, yeah, for sure. But
next
I was just
card
thinking,
is Manel Cape versus Asu Almabayev.
Yeah, I mean, there's one where what's his name's headlining, right? It's Marvin Badai versus somebody as the headline. So,
yeah. Well, I guess the one that after Pereira is gonna be Marvin Vittori and Roman Delice, then Leon Edwards, JDM.
The City one, the Mexico City card's pretty lit.
Yep, that's the end of March with Moreno versus Urseg, right?
Ooh.
Is that the one? Yeah. I think that's
yep.
one. So there's some. Oh hell no! I think they're gonna fix this one. But if you look ahead on April 5th, it says the top fight right now. They only have 2 fight schedules, but it says Belbita against Dione Barbosa, which is not gonna be the headliner, but currently the headliner.
What if? What if?
Man. Seattle,
bro.
Return back. Oh yeah, the next one's gonna be the next fight is Pereira too, right?
No, there's
Yep.
one more before Pereira, right?
Oh, there's one before the
Like
delete.
we-
You said.
Yeah, no, it's a before the delete. I just exited out, but
I got
there's
it.
gonna be another one for sure before
yeah.
the Pereira, because they were like putting together the pay-per-views way too close to each other at one
Yeah,
point.
it's
It's
Cape
Manel Cape, Cape
versus
against Amabaya.
Amabaya.
You see the co-main event? The co-main event is Cody Brundage versus Julian
Marquez.
Marquez.
What the?
Yeah.
They should have put Hyder Emil. At least he's. Oh, that's gonna be a good fight. Oh, Hyder Emil versus Gomez. That's gonna be a good ass fight.
Hey, Bay Area.
And
Damn,
then
that's a good one.
Ribovic versus
Ribovic is the
Nasrat.
truth.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
good. He's gonna
That's good.
TKO that fool.
It's gonna be in the fucking Apex, huh? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Charles
Yeah.
Johnson on there too. Oh yeah, that's a solid one.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll get
Well,
to
shit.
that.
Danny Barlow. Danny
Hey,
Barlow.
left-handed
on the card.
guy.
Left-handed guy.
Yeah, but appreciate y'all, man. Cash up, smoke out, peace out.
Peace out. Smoke up.